Guys, this is Dina from Dina's Ink Inspirations. Welcome. I thought today we could give the Hummingbird Stencils a try by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. They're really fun. They've got the different masks. They've got the thicker ones and the thinner ones, which makes a lot of possibilities of how you can play with them. Okay, so I have just a piece of paper. It's a background I had done a while back. I hadn't used it yet. I didn't really like it, but I thought, well, let's just see. Let's give it a try and see how how it works. So I am going to put the thicker one stencil, and I'm going to use some Wilted Violet Distress ink. Okay, so I'm going to have to hold this and I'm just going to go around the stencil. Using purples. I don't use purple very often, so lately I've been trying to use more purples and pinks. I don't really tend to use very much. Okay, I shifted it a little bit, but sometimes I'll use my stamping platform and I'll put a magnet, which I probably should have done today because I can feel it shifting. That's okay. Maybe next time I use one of the stencils, I'll do that. I'll put it on the platform and we'll just put a magnet on it. I love using these Hummingbird stencils. Blue Knight came out with a whole bunch of stencils. They've got butterflies, and they've got a deer stencil, boat, a wolf, and they have a whole bunch of stamps that you can use with them and coordinate with them really well. They're just really fun. Trying to get it a little darker towards the center, closer to the stencil, and then fade it out a little bit as I go out. Let me just get a little more here in the bottom. I want to make sure it shows up, so I want it dark enough. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty good. So now I thought what we could try, let's tape this. I am going to tape it. So this is the thinner one that you can actually see through. And I want the thinner one because I'm going to be working on the inside, and I'd like to get as close to the edges of the design as I can. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, shifted, didn't it? Let's see. Okay, that should hold it pretty good. Now I thought what we could do is let's play with these little tail feathers. So, oh, that light. It makes it hard to see, doesn't it? Okay, does that help? Get it off to the side some? Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to play with these tail feathers. I'm going to use a smaller brush, and I'm going to stick with my purples. Okay, try to get my arm out of the way. See, with this stencil underneath, I don't have to worry about getting outside of the hummingbird image. Okay. Okay, let's move them down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting on the inside because I want it darker. I want it darker on the insides of those feathers. Whoops. I'm having a hard time with it shifting today, huh? And I'm just blending it out so it's darker at the bottom in those little feather areas, and then just kind of blend it out a little bit. Let's put some more up here. You know what, I think I want to make sure that they keep all, so I don't get some twisted. So I'm going to try to keep them all going the same direction. Let's see. It's getting hung up underneath. I did get some of them going there. They're not slanting the same way, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to slant these ones down a little more to follow the direction of the tail feathers. And I think I want a little bit more right here. There. Oh, that's pretty cute. Kind of a fun way to use that stencil. Okay, now let's do a little stamping. I think I want to put some branches coming on this corner and this corner, and then I want to leave room for a sentiment right there. So let's start down here. And I wanted to try Silhouette. This one's Silhouette Forest. It's a whole stamp. It's one solid stamp. But what I ended up doing is I cut this top corner off. Because I like to use this a lot for my foliage and my branches. So I think I want to use, let's try this one. This is this corner piece. Let's try this on the bottom. Okay, gonna stamp in VersaFine Claire Nocturne. And I'm not putting my magnets right there in case it's not dry enough yet. I'm in a real dry climate, so usually things dry pretty fast, but not always. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm using this right here. I'm going to use it in the corner. But I want to be careful. I don't want to ink up anything over here, right here on this part. So let's put this. So I'm being careful not to get any ink over here. I'm just getting it on the branches. Okay, and see this here? That's no problem. We can fix that very easily. And now, turn this back around. And then let's use a sentiment. This one is from their Once in a Lifetime stamp set. And I'm going to use I'm so glad you were part of my story. Okay, I'm not sure where I want. I kind of would like it up there, but I think it would put the whole picture off balance. So I'm just going to put it there. Let me get my little sticky note. You guys know I use my sticky notes that have lines on them, so that way I can make sure that I get my sentiments straight. Okay, let's get it as straight as I can on the platform. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, wow, I'm really surprised lately. They're going pretty straight. My first try lately. Usually I have to mess around with it 3 or 4 tries to get it straight. I don't want to press too hard. Because I don't want to smash my words to where they get real thick. Okay. I'm so glad you were part of my story. All right. Now this should be dry enough that I can use. I want to do some blending on the corners. Not a lot. I just want to darken the corners. You know what, actually I am going to go a little bit darker. Let's use Villainous Poison. I think this is one of their distress inks that's newer. I haven't used this color very often though, even when I've used purples. most of the time I'll come in and I'll use some black, but I think I'm going to leave it like this. I like that purple. Let's do a little bit on the top. This is a lot lighter up here in this corner, so I'm going to go back to my Wilted Violet. I could go in and do the same with these corners here, but I think I'm just going to leave it. You can play with it and see what you like and do what you decide. And now I just want to show you real quick how I fix things like that. Let me get a marker. Okay, a little fine tip. Just a fine tip marker. Kind of just draw some lines in here. And there, that's fixed. Pretty easy. And then even if you wanted to, you know, you could get some stickles or some glitter and come in here and add some glitter to it. But I think that's really pretty just like that. So there you go, Blue Night rubber stamps. Very quick and easy. It's fun to play with their stencils. You can even use, you know, just use different colors in there. Turn your feathers different directions, whatever you want. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and you guys, all of you, have a really, really wonderful day.